I'm down for whatever, but I never fall. Whenever I need my soldiers, they there when I call. I'm never scared when it's time to lay my life down. I need some warriors to stand with me right now. Forget about the hate, I gotta stick to the plan. I pray to God every day to be a better man. With all this pressure, I'ma need to hold my own. I don't wanna do nothing.
Let's talk about it. I'm Arthur J. This is my co-host Tori, and we back with another episode. We want to welcome y'all to Arthur J and Tori TV. You know, today's episode is gonna be crazy. We're gonna get right into it. The name of the episode is All Men Are Dogs. What do you think? My brother, we're gonna get right into it.
Let's go.
You know, one thing I want to say is that I never heard a black woman say all black men are dogs. I never heard a black woman say all white men are dogs. But it started making me wonder over the years, which race are you talking about? What race are you talking about? Are you talking about the black men, all black men? Are you talking about all white men? Are you talking about all Hispanics? Like, which race are you talking about? Because you're not being specific on which men. You're just saying all men. Not only are you not being specific, I think it's a bold statement to say all. You know what I'm saying? That's just like me saying all women are thoughts. That's a disrespect in so many different ways. Even people who mean so much to me, even the ones who have been there for me, you know, who are close, and women who been in your life, whether it's a sister, auntie, your wife, and to make a statement like that, you got to really be careful and look at yourself in the mirror. For all the women that make statements like that, you got to look at yourself and say, okay, what kind of men are you choosing? Exactly. Which one, why are they coming into your life and they feeling so comfortable to say certain things to you or to come at you the way they coming at you? That's something you got to think about. You got to be very careful. We're going to get surgical with this today. So, you know, one thing I learned, brother, is hooking up with trifling women. It's funny that the ones that make a bold statement, they always complaining, they're always saying that men ain't this or men ain't that, all men are dogs and stuff like that. You never see them by themselves. Let that breathe.
Early.
You never seen them by themselves. You always see them whether they about to get into another marriage, or you always see them as if they about to or they hooking up with somebody else. They always have somebody, is what I'm saying. And I find that very concerning to me, that you making all these statements of how these men ain't this and they ain't that, but you go into the thing that you despise the most. That's just like me saying all men are thieves, but you always see me around a robber. After a while, you're going to be like, Arthur J, bro, you being hypocritical.
Yeah.
Let that breathe. So I'm going to tie you in this real quick, man. You know, because one of the things I want you to speak on is what do you feel about men? How do you feel men should make better decisions on the trifling women that they hook up with, or the kind of women they hook up with, to the point where, I'll give you an example. My mother always stayed on me on watching the kind of woman that you hook up with. Watch these women out there. You know, here's a woman that, you know, could have that mindset. She done been through things in her life and could have a mindset of just a bold statement. But she recognized there are bad people, there are good people. So what do you feel about these? I'm going to just ask it like this to make it easy, more simple. How do you feel about these young guys nowadays hooking up with these trifling women? These are the main ones that's saying these kind of things.
Well, we're talking about the youth. We're talking about where are you in your maturity. So what is it about you that keep attracting no good men? I'm going to start like that. It's like the saying goes, you are what you eat. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. Know your own worth. When you know your own worth, you make better decisions. You know what I'm saying? When you know your worth, you make better decisions. So you got to look yourself in the mirror and actually say, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to wait until I get what I need out of a relationship or what I want, let me sit back and date this person for a little while, see where it's head at, instead of just keep jumping and jumping and jumping from man to man to man, and you keep on. The definition of insanity is repeating the same thing, expecting a different result. So if you never change your behavior, you're gonna keep on attracting the same thing, that same energy.
Right.
You're gonna keep on receiving that back. You know what I'm saying? So with the youth, I think if you got a young buck, you know what I'm saying, if that's the question you was asking, a young buck that is attracting not so good women,
Mm-hmm.
they're young minded. They haven't reached their maturity yet. So I expect them to play because they ain't got no stability right now. So they just looking to play the field anyway.
Right. And see, that's one of the things that I definitely want people to understand, and I definitely want the youth to understand that, you know, you got to be careful who you hook up with. When you hook up with certain people that you can see things a mile away, I don't understand how you complain later. Like, you know what you're getting when you go to certain restaurants. They haven't changed. The menu is the same.
That's
you know,
a good point.
You know, so it's like, it don't make sense. They gonna look at you crazy. You go and let me speak to your manager. Let me speak to your manager. And the manager come and you like, I don't like all this stuff on. Why? I don't want this. I don't want that. You know,
exactly.
Why am I getting this? Why am I getting these results? The manager, after a while, you know, as nice as he trying to be or she trying to be, gonna be like, ma'am, we have the same thing on the menu every single day. It hasn't changed.
And you continue to come here.
Why? Why you continue to go to these men that you know that'll dog you out? You continue to hook up with these men that you know that ain't gonna be there for you and your kids. You continue to go to these men that you know that's just using you, that's lying to you. When you hook up with somebody, a lot of the signs that you see, because it's so good and they spending money on you and because they doing a lot of things that you like, you bypass that and you just ignore that.
Yeah, that's the mirage right there.
Yeah, you just going off of that excitement. But soon as you get used to this joker and stuff start dying down, now all of a sudden, see, this is another thing, man. I don't understand
Let's talk about it, brother.
I don't understand how women, and I agree with women are wise. Can you agree with me on that? Yeah. Women are wise. You can be watching an episode or a show or a movie or something like that, and they'll be noticing things that you'll be like, babe, why did you even point that out?
Yeah.
Or you could be talking about anything, and they'll be like, yeah, but she had on these green shoes, but it had a little diamond. It was real small. You'd be like, what? Like, how did you notice that?
They zoom in.
I'm going somewhere with this. You will notice all that, but you find out at the last minute what kind of guy you. Oh, I didn't know he was putting on this. You know, he was putting on this front like he was such a good man, and oh, how he changed. No, but y'all wise. Y'all notice everything. y'all notice. Y'all tell us we make y'all think we don't notice things. But okay, so then you lying in. So then when it's over with, you noticed it, but you want to act like you didn't notice it because you shame now that everybody else noticed it.
Yeah.
Let that breathe.
Let that one breathe. That was a good point, my brother. But yeah, they very, very they notice every single thing. But your choice of men, not all women, but the ones that are doing the, oh, man ain't this, man ain't that. What about you that keep attracting ain't men, period. Look yourself in the mirror. You notice everything in the sky blue moon. But even your homegirl could tell you, man, I heard that guy's a player, he's a dog. You just gonna ignore it until the end. Right. And be like, girl, you was right. But you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody go through different stages. So if you're one of those females that's saying all men are dogs, like the Andre 3 Stat said, if all men are dogs, what do you call broads? Let that sink in. What about you that keep attracting, again, not so good men?
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy how Some people just turn that blind eye, and again, like we say, and look yourself in the mirror and say, "Dang, man, let me know my self worth. Let me find my self worth, and then I make better choices in men." You know what I'm saying? But all us men, we go through different phases, if you want to say, from a pup to an adult dog to a senior dog. We all make different choices as we build and get into our maturity, but we'll touch on that in a little bit.
Yes, sir. And you made me start thinking, man. You know, I mean, one time I heard a young man say, we was having a conversation just like how we doing now, and I think it was a young lady around, and it was me and this other guy was around, and she was like, you know, all men are dogs, you know. And so he looked and he said, okay, well, if all men are dogs, all women are cats. I'm looking at him. I'm even looking at him like, dude, what in the world are you talking about? Like, what you mean by that? He said, if all men are dogs, all women are cats. He said, when a man take a crap, I'm gonna say it like that, what he do? He leave it. If not a man, I'm sorry. If a dog take a crap, what he do? He leave it. If a dog doo-doo, he take a crap, he leave it. I'm still looking at him like, what are you talking about? Like, it's not making sense. He said, if a cat doo-doo, what the cat do? Cover it up. Now, I know a lot of people going to argue that and be like, blah, blah. But the point is, I'm not calling nobody a dog. I'm not calling nobody a cat. But it make you look at the two and be like, it just don't add up, and it don't feel good when you make a bold statement of all. Anytime you take a word and you put it into a sentence, it changed the whole narrative or the whole meaning of that sentence. You can take one word out and now it changed the whole narrative up. So when you say all, you talking about everybody.
Yeah.
And I could have been a dog. I could have seriously been a dog. I could have slept with your mama, could have slept with your cousin, I really could have. Because you have some females out there, they bold like that. They'll slide in your DM just as well as the men are sliding your DM.
Exactly.
Let's talk about, I told y'all we was going to be surgical with this today. We was going to be surgical. Hold on. Don't skip past this yet. Don't turn it off yet. So it's just one of those things that, you know, you got to know people. You got to really know what you're dealing with. When you hook up with a man that give you those signs, don't ignore it and be like, thinking that you're going to change him. Because a lot of women, brother, they'll act like they can change him, man. They'll come into a man and know how he is and be like, I'm going to be the one that change him. I'm going to be the one that he going to wife. A man know who he want to wife.
Oh, yeah.
A man know who he respect.
Yep.
And if he see that you allow a lot of things that the one that he end up wifing don't allow, you wonder why when he settled down and he picked that one, man, he doing all the things the opposite of what he was doing with me. You wonder why? Because she didn't accept all his mess. Yeah. She put her foot down and be like, okay, you know, I want to be with you, but I'm not gonna die if you don't want to be with me. If you don't want to respect me, if you don't want to take it to the next level to have this journey on us together, then I'm not the one for you. But a lot of y'all settle, and then when you settle, you want to complain about it and say, all men are dogs. So I want to tie you into how you feel about that when a woman clearly can see that she about to step into fire, and then she step into the fire and then complain about it. I want to tie you in on that.
That's like a reward to them. Oh, he wasn't nothing to her, but let me show her that it was actually, you know what I'm saying? Basically, like, yeah, I know this guy wasn't good to you, but girl, I'm gonna be the one to change him because I'm on such a different level than this one particular person that he probably dogged out, or you know that he dogged out. But it's like a trophy thing for them. Like, hey, I'm the one got him to change for me. No, he's gonna be who he is. He's gonna do what he want to. You know, a man has to want to change for himself before he change for you. So get that out your head, thinking you could change a man. You cannot do that. He has to want to change. And for a lot of men, and I'm going to speak for myself, I don't want the female that I could just run over or be out all time of night or just doing my thing and it's no consequences. I want to feel convicted like, bruh, Man, I done stayed out to 5, 6 in the morning. Bro, I don't want to go home because I know I'm going to have to hear it. But if you have that person like, man, damn, I'm finna stay out how long I want to, whatever, I don't care what she got to say, man, those the ones that'll never become what they call wifing material. Or he's never gonna wife you because he can run up over you. You have to put your foot down, know your self-worth, and don't allow a man to just continue to do what he wants to. Every man wants to have some kind of conviction. Like, dang, let me think of how this will make her feel. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Before I do that, let me see how I would feel if she was to do that to me. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot that goes with this topic. And if you want to say, like you say, all men are all dogs, man, females, I'm just gonna say it. It's more women that cheat, just don't get caught. The numbers don't show that because y'all slicker than us men.
Now you messing me
You know what I'm saying? Y'all slicker than us men. Y'all have your whole family in on it, your girlfriends on it, your cousins, everybody ties in. So it's not that all men are dogs. We just lazy on trying to cover our trails, or not my trails, but men are trying to cover their trails. When females, when they do stuff, they have it down to a T. Just like you said, my brother, they notice everything, so they already done applied it. You know what I'm saying? They done rehearsed. Girl, if he say this, if he call you, da-da-da. So, you know, it's just that if all men are all dogs, females are the same, in the same boat. You know what I'm saying?
So be very careful how you say certain things, because it could, you know, when you point one finger, you got 4 fingers pointing back at you. So it's just crazy that you said that, man, about, you know, and women gonna. I know in the comments they're gonna go crazy, and it's just gonna be. But you gotta really think about this. I had a woman tell me, say, we only get caught because we want y'all to find out. If we don't want y'all to find out, and y'all know I ain't lying when I say this, we don't want y'all to find out.
You'll never find out.
You'll never find out. So how, with a man hearing that, how you think that make a man feel on his trust for you or being loyal to you? Because now you putting in my mind of, am I not catching you in something? Or how can I trust a woman that say that? Because I've seen a lot of men, and it's not to make an excuse, but I've seen a lot of men in situations where it's like, bro, they just as trifling as us nowadays.
That's exactly what I was saying.
It's real talk. That's real talk. No matter how you try to cut it or shape it up, you have. But notice, when I'm speaking, I'm not saying all.
Yeah.
That's the key to what y'all missing in this episode. So at that point, I don't care who get mad. I don't care who don't like it, because I'm not saying all, because I have met good women in my life. I've had women that really tell me, like, man, you a good father. You a good man, and you know, I wish my baby daddy did what you. I've had all kinds of conversations with women. So to make a bold statement like that, I would be doing a disservice to the women who really love me and really care about me, you know, especially my family.
Yeah.
You know, I have sisters that really have my back, and they have really, you know, just been loyal and just really just pushed me to be great. So with that being said, I can't say all, but I have also ran across some trifling women out there that they'll sleep with me. And me and you being like brothers, they'll turn around. If we was those type of dudes, they'll sleep with you too.
Yeah.
You will have it happen. You will have some women that think that it don't get out there, that they'll go to their job and sleep with all the men around the job. Now, again, I'm not judging nobody. You do what you do. I'm just putting it out there. You will have some that really be in the facility and mess with the same, like, just different dudes in the same facility. No code. No rules, don't live by no code or nothing. It's just like, I'm going to make you hurt. And that's another thing, too. I'm going to tie you into this. How do you feel about a woman feeling like, and I'm going somewhere with this. I hope I don't lose my thought, but I'm going somewhere with this. How do you feel about a woman saying, you know, I was just trying to make him feel the way I feel? by cheating on you too because a man cheated on her.
Well, at that point, let's call it what it is. That's revenge. That's just what it is. If you looking and seeking to get revenge, just leave that person alone. Because the worst thing, if you was this great person to this man that did you wrong, if you was such a great person to this man, the worst thing he can do, I know you done heard it before, the cliche is, he'll feel that. He'll know he had a good woman. And by you moving on and letting him go, that'll hurt him 10 times worse than you seeking revenge. Because now when you seek that revenge and you actually go through with it, you just put a label on yourself. So like it's like this, 2 wrongs don't make a right. You know what I'm saying? So now you just give him fire to be like, man, she cheated on me, da 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 da, instead of him having to live with the fact that, man, I did this great woman wrong. I can never make up for that. So I feel like if you're seeking for revenge, just leave that dude alone. Leave that man. I'm gonna say leave that boy alone.
Right.
Because if he cheated on you, and that, I mean, nobody's perfect. People do things, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, leave that guy alone if you just seeking to get revenge. Let him hurt by himself. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to have more respect for yourself than to say, oh, you made me hurt. I want to show you how this pain feel. And you go just say, I'm going to just go cheat with a random person or a friend or whatever. Now you just devalue yourself and your self-worth and your temple as your body, just trying to make another person feel the same thing that you felt. And that just ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? Just have more respect for yourself. If losing you was the hardest thing he'll have to do, he'll have to live with that for a long time, for a very long time. So just have more self-respect for yourself. Don't seek revenge, because nothing good comes out of that, period.
That's real. That's real. And I thought I was gonna lose my thought, but actually, it's an old saying: a woman can go outside and walk around butt naked. If she come inside, she gonna be the biggest thought, the biggest whatever that you ever seen in the city. A man can go outside and be butt naked and come back in, he's still gonna be Mr. So-and-so.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying it's fair.
That's what I was finna say.
I'm not saying it's right, but it is what it is.
And those
when you try to
labels,
do the same thing that men do, and it's not to excuse a man doing wrong or cheating and all that, I'm not saying that. But it's funny when you have women. I've heard women say, "Man, I'm just like the guys." I'm like, you do know you have sons looking at you, but you saying you just like the guys. You do know you have daughters looking at you. They're not gonna look at you the same way they gonna look at daddy. At the end of the day, they still gonna look at daddy being daddy.
Exactly.
Even though daddy's not right, but it's just, we know how society is. Like, you expect a man to open the door for a woman. You don't expect a woman to open the door for a man unless his hand's full or something like that. But there's certain things you expect from a woman, and there's certain things you expect from a man. Now, it doesn't, it doesn't make it right for a man.
Make it right.
But, how many times do I have to say it don't make it right when it's just obvious that when men do things, they still don't be looked the same. They don't be looked at the same way a woman is looked at.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I think you would never be able to get over, is the fact that he still would be Mr. So-and-so. Your reputation and his reputation, and you shouldn't get offended by it, women, because at the end of the day, you are you are queens held to a high standard.
That's exactly
so you should
what
think
I was
of it
say.
that way. You should think of it like, okay, it's because,
it's not being
we being held to a higher standard. And a lot of people don't realize, they just feel like, oh, you just not being fair the way. Listen, we know a lot of things when it come down to trying to figure things out or trying to mentally get through things. We need y'all. So when we put y'all to a higher standard on one thing and you love it, or let you make decisions on where we getting ready to go for vacation, or what we getting ready to do this with the house or the decoration, or just different moves for the family, that y'all intellects is just on a whole nother level. So we give y'all props and we just hold y'all to a higher standard. So why is it when it comes down to certain things, when you mad, you don't want to be held to that higher standard?
Mm-hmm. And one thing about it, man, just take it back to saying that it's a label that it's not fair, but I never heard a man be called a hoe. Let's keep that real. I never heard that. This man could be the doggish of all dogs.
They try to call
you know what I'm saying? Not all.
Mm-hmm.
All men are not all dogs, but the ones that are just doggish and hoish.
Mm-hmm.
You really don't call a man a hoe. When it's a female that's promiscuous, she's labeled a whore. Period. It just comes from the value that we look at you guys like, man, your temple is the ultimate value. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day,
that means we got to catch up.
I know people from high school. I'm going way back to high school. Great people now, successful, but they still have that tag, that label on them for stuff they did in high school. We 38, 40 down the road. So you have to be careful on what you do with yourself, you know what I'm saying? And especially, like I said, that revenge thing, just sleeping just to sleep with people or whatever. You get that label on you, it's hard to get it off of you.
Right, man. And you just said a handful, you know, and I think just your value means something. And I said, while you was talking, I said, you know, that mean we have to catch up, because I can speak for me. I can't speak for every guy, just like you can't speak for every guy. And one of the things that I can say is that the respect level that I have for a woman. Now, do I agree with everything that a woman say or do? No, but we all human. We all don't agree with everything. But one thing I can say is that I have high respect for women, because I was raised with a father and a mother, 3 sisters, no brothers.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like it just comes natural for me to just be comfortable around women, to be able to talk to women, to be able to ask for advice, to be like, what you think about this, what you think about that, and they give great advice. So before you judge me and just be like, oh, they bashing, really understand my history, you know what I mean? So, you know, we're going to wrap it up here, but one thing I want to end with, you know, before we wrap it up, I want to touch on one last thing real quick, and that's when a woman give a man another chance after he have cheated, and now he's being a yes man. How do you feel about that? Just real quick.
Wow. In the roles reverse. If you just being a yes man and just coming back and everything, yes baby, I'll do it. Yes baby, I'm just going just crazy on just doing anything that she might ask you, even if you don't agree with it. Man, you're definitely not living, dude. Like, that's no way to live. That's destruction and miserability coming for you. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you don't really know if she respect you, because you know you made a mistake, and now I don't think you're trying to correct it the right way, I should say, by just saying yes to everything. You still have to be a man and stand on what you stand on, but show her differently for that, man, I'm a changed man and I'm moving different. Just don't become no yes man, because no woman respects that. You know what I'm saying? No woman respects a yes man.
Right. And you just made a very wise point, man. And men, we got to do better. We got to do better. We want to end on that note. You know, I know listening to this, it's like, oh, we just going in, but we got to do better as men, because, you know, whether you believe it or not, I feel like we was meant to be the head, and what comes with the head is great responsibility and leadership. You know, you have to lead, and you have to lead by an example.
Exactly.
Because I heard Louis Farrakhan say, you know, a woman would test you and see if you are who you say you are.
Yep.
Let that breathe.
Keep on pushing those buttons.
So we hope y'all enjoyed the episode. You know, we just hope we enlighten y'all and hope we got y'all to think, and we love y'all. Until next time, peace.
I hate the feeling that I get when I wanna quit. Keep my composure when a hater say something slick. Talking 100 when you don't keep it 50. I see the fake every time you hanging with me. You say you straight, but your actions showing different. That's right. Why should I take you serious when I